Hey, welcome to another vlog. We just got done shooting the Christmas setup series. Just got part 2 done. Out here in the shop, I have a little bit of time left in the day before dinner. And I figure we're going to start another vlog. This one's going to be kind of a hodgepodge. I'm going to be working on multiple things. Some of it Halloween related, some of it not. I figured I'd do you a vlog. Oh, we got Kaylee peeking in the door there. You gonna come on in? Come on, Kaylee. Come on in. You come on in. Say hello to everybody. So, as you can see, I still got some Halloween stuff from the haunted tents this year scattered around. I never did come in and totally finish cleaning up the shop, though we got the main part of the floor cleaned off. So, first step for tonight is we're going to get working on getting the shop all the way cleaned up. But anyway, we've got the shop to do. And then, hold on one second. I gotta unlock the trailer because there's something in the trailer I need to show you guys. Alright, now the trailer is unlocked. Come on, turn it all the way, get it open. You got it, foam. I went down and blew about 500 bucks and bought 26 sheets of foam. Now, another one of the projects we need to do, I need to get this in the shop and I need to get it cut down to size. I got to cut a foot off the length of it, and then I got to cut it down to have to make 2-foot panels because that's what I use in the hunt for the wall panels. So that's another project we're going to be working on, is getting that cut down. And then my workbench downstairs is a disaster area again, and it doesn't take much to get that workbench into a disaster area. And Kaylee wants to be on the vlog. Yeah, this is going to turn into a Kaylee vlog, huh? Is this going to be a Kaylee vlog? Yeah, you get the camera. Get the camera. Get the camera. Huh? You going to get the camera? She's not sure what it is. She's got to get used to this camera thing. Huh? You going to come get me? Go get you. Go to get you. Go get him. You get him. Huh? You get him. Huh? You get her started, she doesn't want to quit. Whoa! She knows how to use that nose. But anyway, first off, we're going to get started in here. Then we're going to be working on the foam. I got to get the bench cleaned up downstairs and get it set up for wintertime use. Then we're going to get going on the outside panels for the mausoleum. We got carving and painting. We got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how long this vlog is going to be or when I'll be uploading it. Made a little bit of progress. Got that table for the most part cleaned up. This is some of that scene setter wallpaper that we use in the clown hallway. That foam I've got in the trailer, I'm going to be making this style of panel. A real easy panel to do. Been kind of working cleaning up. Still have over there to kind of clean up and over here to clean up, and I got this mess which I figured I'd show you. This bucket when I started was heaped up and over. That's about 95% of every frickin' screw, washer, stake, power connectors, garbage. That's all the rose bushes. From the hunt. I always lose about 5% in the grass when they get dropped or what have you on the screws. I've got to get through all that, get it all sorted out, and put away. I got 3 or 4 different sizes of screws. They need to go back into their containers. I've got the screw and washers for the skins. Needs to go in its tub down there. I've got stakes in here, which I'm just throwing over here for the moment. Once I get all the stakes together, I'll get those bagged up and put away, and I'll clean up that end of the table. This is going to take an hour or 2 to sit here and have fun sorting screws. But that's my next challenge. I don't know if I'll get it done today or get it done tomorrow. I'd like to get it done today. Another mini segment for you before I get too much further. We got the shop all cleaned up, and I'm in the process of moving stuff around. I need to get those out on the patio so I can put the bandsaw here over in that hole so it's out of the way, so I could pull out the table saw. So if you look through the window, so I can get into that trailer and get the foam out of there, get it in here, and run it across the saw and get it cut into shape. So I get all the blanks made for the wall panels. It's a vicious circle, it's just round and round and round. Then once all the foam's cut, I gotta put the saws away, bring those in off the patio, add them to the stack of foam I'm taking out of the trailer and cutting, and then I'm pretty much done out here in the shop until January. Trying to get it all done today because as of 4:30 tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, I lose power out here. At 4:30, 5 o'clock, the outdoor lights go on, which means I'm going to have no heat out here, and I won't be able to use my saws after 4:30. I'll be able to come out during the day and freeze my butt off and do it, because I won't have no heat in here. But it's a vicious circle. I'm trying to get it all done so I can get my shop in the house set up. I can Dremel down there. And then after everything's Dremeled, I can bring it out here to paint. You know, by the time I'm done with all my Dremel work and everything, it's going to be January, and by then I'll have my shop back and the heater will be on, and I can paint and do what I need to out here. Oh, we got all the moving around done. We've had dinner, been back out here. We've been working on cutting foam. The trailer's empty. Patio's a disaster area. Shop is a somewhat of a disaster. I gotta get to sweep up and put the saws away, and that won't take all that long. But we got the wall panels all cut. They're ready for carving. These are what we call a blank, because they're basically blank. There's no detail on them, hasn't been sketched out or anything. Let's see, we had 26 sheets, so there's 52 blanks altogether. Clown hallway is going to take 41 of them. 40 of them will be full size, and I'll take one panel, or I'll take two panels. One or two, probably two panels. I'll be 42 panels altogether. And I'll cut into 1 foot wide strips, because I do have some 1 foot wall sections that we do. But I'll do that after they've been carved. Yeah, it's real quick and easy. The rest of the panels that we've got left, I will start going through and repairing, recarving wall panels that Kaylee destroyed. I brought that up back during teardown, and set up that she was eating my wall panels. But for right now, I'm going to get cleaned up in here, get the patio cleaned up. Won't take long. And then that's going to be pretty much it for work out here in the shop until January. Tomorrow I got to get my workstation down in the basement in the house, the mini Dragon's Lair workshop, and get it cleaned up and set up. And we're going to start tomorrow moving a whole operation into the house. I thought of a question here before I head into the house. I know the last segment was supposed to be the last segment, but I've got a question. Who loves you, baby? Let's see if anyone can come up with where that phrase comes from. Some of us real oldsters will remember. That's your clue. I did want to talk a little bit about foam. First off, shop's back together. We got the patio cleaned up. We got all the foam in. We've got, over the next couple of months, a myriad of projects we're going to be doing all around this foam that you see here, up there, and I've got more in the back. First major project is going to be the mausoleum. We're going to get the outside skins carved and painted. Well, get them carved at least. Then we'll get them out here for paint once January comes. We've got the wall blanks or foam blanks, however you want to call it, I just cut. The majority of those are going for the clown hallway. And then I've got the panel that Kaylee destroyed that I got to recreate. I got to remake some wall panels. I don't have enough foam here to do all of it, but I can do some of it. Another project is with the scraps. I got scraps here, I've got scraps up there, and I got a crap ton of it taking up room in the storage locker. At some point over the winter, either January, February, more than likely, I gotta get in here, and we're going back to the ceiling again. I've been putting my scrap up there. It's 3 layers thick. And I still got a couple of bays here I can do, and then we got that whole half of the garage. I don't have enough room to do all of it, but we should be able to get a fairly decent sized chunk done, I'm hoping. So we've got that project to do. So most of the vlogs you're going to be seeing, probably all the way up until June, is going to be dealing with foam carving and foam and more foam. So be prepared. And I promise Diablo I'll try not to do any hour-long vlogs. So Phoenix Fire, if you're watching, keep watching. the vlogs that we do that I put up over the next couple of months, because it's going to be dealing with foam carving. She was interested in how to do it, and I've got some stuff up on my channel. But I figure if I'm in the middle of carving foam, it would be a good time to ask questions. So if you see something in the vlog with a question, let me know, and I can refer you to the correct video or just answer it. It's the Kaylee segment. Huh? The Kaylee segment? Yeah, we're down in the mini Dragon's Lair workshop, down in the basement. Happy Thanksgiving all. Now, I know by the time you see this, it's probably going to be a week or two after. But it's today, so what the hell. Happy Turkey Day for those here in the States. Kaylee, get out of there. She actually tried to clean out the cat box. Ugh, that's disgusting. That's not your own almond roca station. Anyway, I've been over here, made a lot of progress trying to get this mess cleaned up. I still got a mess. And the mess is several projects I never finished. First off, I ordered 2 new boards from Scuba for the haunt. These are the brains that go in the brain boxes. This one and this one were already out in the haunt. I had some problems with them, so I pulled them and put the 2 new boards I bought out into the haunt. I spent a little bit of time going over diagnosing these. I think I got them working right. So I'm going to go ahead, I need to get them installed into their boxes so I can get them put away. The other one was these here. And you saw 3 of these in the haunt. These are the white floodlights. I had 2 in the donation bucket and 1 named up at the Make-A-Wish sign in the haunt. I never did get these all the way completed. A lot of them. Get you one here. That one? Yeah, that's the one right there. Like this one here, it's all assembled. I just need to get the plugs or the clips, like that one, installed, which is a little soldering, a little hot gluing. So I can get those put away. That will clean up a lot of this mess. And I want to get this mess cleaned up. So I'm going to spend Thanksgiving Day putting around over here, getting a little bit of some of the electronic stuff done so I can get the electronic stuff put away before I start coming down here and making a lot of pink snow. That's the day after Thanksgiving. Took a day and a half. But we got all the new white light floodlights done. There's 34, 35 of them. Basically it was just a little cleanup and then attaching the clips here on the end of them. There you go. Now you get these clips where you hook up the wires. And then I also had 2 Scooby-Doo boards which need to go in the container, into their containers and be all wired up. Those are done. That frees up my table. Still got a pile of all my electronic stuff over there. Got some spare parts for more floodlights. This stuff's here in case I need to make any more. And I got this stuff right through here that needs to go out in the shop, which I'm going to go do now. And since I'm going to be out in the shop, we're going to make a bigger mess down here. I got to get a table in here, which goes in right here. I've got to get, I'm undecided yet. I know I've been holding off on doing it because I ran out of time. I've got the skins for the outside of the mausoleum that need to be carved. But those things are so freaking huge. And I really need 2 of my white tables in here to really work on those. I really don't have room down here for 2 tables. I don't know if I'm going to bring those pieces in and work on those or start working on the clown hallway. One of the two. But I think at some point I'm probably going to end up needing to bring the mausoleum pieces in. So I think we're going to start with the mausoleum. We got to get all the outside skin pieces down here and a table down here, the Dremel down here, and all the fixings for carving. So I'm going to go do that now. The wife graciously let me take and postpone a chore I was supposed to do today until tomorrow. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it. Chore for tomorrow, Christmas tree in the living room. It's got to get put together and I got to get the lights up on it so we can start decorating it on Sunday. Or, yeah, Sunday. Yeah, 'cause tomorrow's Saturday. But she wants to decorate this weekend. And I hate putting the tree together. I hate doing the lights. It was a lot easier last year. You know, with these fake artificial trees after they've been squeegeed in a box or a bag or something all season. You have to bring them out, sort out the different limbs, get the limbs on the pole, which happens to be the trunk of the tree, and then you've got to fluff all the limbs. You know, so it looks more like a tree. Once you get that, then you go to put lights on there. As you're putting the lights on, you got to re-fluff because you're messing the tree up as you're shoving the lights onto it. So you're fluffing the damn tree several times. I know. Save time. Buy a pre-lighted tree. I'd love to. But money. We ain't all made out of money. And we're almost as bad as Troy is when it comes to bills and everything. So, but we make do with what we got. But anyway, I gotta get up in the attic, get the tree and stuff down. But I want to get set up down here first for carving. If I can at least get all the materials and stuff down here and get everything set up and ready to go, I might say the hell with it and start working on the tree tonight. Because I know once I get up in the attic and start messing with that damn tree, I'm not going to have the energy to bring all the supplies in. It's my thinking. So anyway, we're geared up. We're ready for carving. Let's get things started. Okay, a little bit of a segment. It's later in the day. We got in here. We got all set up. I brought all the skins in. You can see some of them sitting over there, or most of them sitting over there, for the outside of the mausoleum. We're going to start working on that. I'm starting on one of the smaller pieces first. This is one of the 1 foot wide pieces. I've got 3 of them to this. There's 2 2-foot wides, 1 3-foot wide, and 6 4-foot wide pieces all together in this series. They all need to be carved. Now, for Phoenix Fire, what is it? Phoenix Fire 21, I believe, the young lady asked, you know, how I did all this. And I referred her back to, you know, some of the other foam carving ones I've done in the past. But I figured this would be a perfect time to talk a little bit, you know, about my setup. As to the pattern, it's going to be a brick pattern with a fancy detail up top. Now, what I ended up doing is once I figured out what design I wanted, I used Sharpie to trace out the pattern on the foam, and it's just 1-inch foam. I've learned, you know, over doing this, that using a Sharpie is the best thing to do to trace out your pattern. I used to do it in pencil, and if you make a mistake, you can erase the line, but the problem is when you're pressing on the foam with a pencil, it also gouges the line in, which can be hard to get rid of sometimes. Sharpies work a lot better. So I use a Sharpie for tracing this out. Some of the other tools I use, my main carving tool is a Dremel. And you can see the bit there. Get over in the light. You know, it's just a real thin. It's a grout bit. They use that for removing grout. The stand that's in there, I actually bought this years ago. It's a Craftsman tool. I don't know if they still do, but Craftsman used to make a version of the Dremel, or their version of the Dremel. It wasn't a Dremel, but you know, it was a knockoff of the Dremel. And this is one of the special attachments for it at the time. It was for, you know, doing router work, and it works perfect with the Dremel. I've had to modify it a little bit over the years as the Dremels have gotten bigger, but that works, you know, really good. I can set my depth and everything with it. And then with this pattern, we're going to be using some sandpaper, one to smooth out the foam if I need to, and I got a dowel in here that I can wrap sandpaper around for doing specialty, you know, like a flute, you know, a little whoop-de-doo in the foam if I wanted to. I got a couple of whisk brooms, sandpaper, and then I've got my air hose for my air compressor ran to that window, and all my air hoses out there. Having an air compressor while doing this comes in extremely handy, because you make a lot of beautiful pink snow when you're carving this. And being able to just give it a blast of air every so often to clean it off, you know, works wonders. You know, so I got that in here, and those are basically all the tools I'm using. When I start my cutting, I start with the deepest cut first. And on this, it's going to be the grout lines between the brick. You know, that's going to be my deepest cut, and I might come back through as well and do the whoop-de-doo up here in a deeper cut. Then we'll adjust the Dremel, come back in, and, you know, we'll just keep working our way up, you know, adjusting the Dremel out further and further, you know, until we're back up to the surface to get our look. And one thing I don't have that I've got to go get is a scrap piece of foam. I usually use a block about that size, and once I get the as a depth gauge, you know, I'll set the Dremel to the depth I want it, you know, like for the grout lines, and I'll score a line in a piece of scrap. And then if I decide to do the face of the stonework, you know, as well, it'll be a more shallower cut. I can set the Dremel for that, you know, and score a line in the foam, you know, in the scrap foam. That way, as I'm moving from piece to piece to piece, I get my depth the same for all the pieces, for all the different areas. If that made any sense. Okay, and pardon the headphones, I'm listening to an audiobook while I carve. We got through, and I got the grout lines all carved out all the way down the panel. Doesn't take long. I also did this detail work here. Now I've got one more line left to cut, and I think I'm going to inset the brick a little bit too. So I've already adjusted the gauge on my or the depth of the bit, and you can see here on my depth gauge, this deep one here is where I did the grout lines at, and the more shallower one is what I'm going to do this line and the face of the brick at. And I'll show you what the line's going to be when we get to that point. Okay, I just got done carving the brick, and I also scored a line up here on that last Sharpie mark that I had. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to wrap some sandpaper around this, and I'm just going to follow that groove until I get down to about that depth, leaving a furrow in here. You know, it's just part of the detail. Now, as to the face of the brick, after you get done running the Dremel over it, it is awfully, awfully rough. When I did the inside of the mausoleum walls, it was like that. And instead of using the block sander on it, because this will take it down to that as well, which is a lot of work doing it by hand, I cheated. For the first time, used a palm sander on it. Went real quick. Now, I was just talking to the wife, since this is on the exterior, most mausoleums and stuff, they're made from marble, granite, sorry, you had foam on you, what have you, which really doesn't show age marks all that much. And it's usually a dressed marble or granite. I want this one to seem centuries old, so I want a little bit of wear and tear on it. I'm going to use the palms and I'm going to go over it, and I'm going to dress it just like I did the inside of the mausoleum, except in spots I'm going to leave some of the pitting and stuff from the Dremel, so it'll look like it has a little bit aging here and there in it. At least that's my hope. Okay, sanding complete. You can see now the divot I put in up top here. All the pieces have this pattern up on top, so I'll be replicating that on each piece. The fascia on the outside, you can still see some of the divots here and there on it. Some of the bricks have it a little heavier. These down here really have it hard. But you can see some of the Dremel marks. We're going to kind of leave that, and I can come back over with my airbrush and darken those up possibly, or what have you, but it'll give the outside of the mausoleum a more weathered look is what I'm hoping for. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing on every piece for the outside. It's going to take probably a couple of days, easy. Probably a little longer than that, and we'll get these all done. Okay, I was getting ready to start the next piece. Just literally put the camera down, filming the last segment. And I got to think, I think I've probably done a lot of rambling in this vlog. So I think I'm going to bring this one to a close, and the next vlog will cover a little bit more of this, and you'll get a look at some of the panels sitting side by side. So I think we're going to bring this to a close. So stay spooky, stay toxic.